Hello, YouTube. We are going to be playing Aviary Attorney. I believe this is the last part, if my internet research is correct. So let's get into it. Do I remember the July Revolution? Of course. How could I ever forget? The chanting, the violence, the smell of gunpowder. The 3 glorious days. Oh my. Oh my. This is all, quite violent. The Sleeping City, Act 3. Hooray. I can't believe he's skipping work again. I swear, if I find that if I find that moping bird brain at Le Carnet Joueur. Ah, finally. Good morning, Falcon. Good morning, No, wait. It's 2 in the afternoon. That means the official greeting is, where the hell have you been, lazybones? Ugh. It's far too early for this level of roasting. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon. No way. We've got important business to discuss. And I can't do that if you're half drunk. Mon Dieu. Give me a break. I haven't had a good night's sleep since the trial. Something on your mind? Actually, yes. It was that wolf judge. It was what that wolf judge said about a revolution. Pshaw. That guy was off his rocker. And besides, if we worried about every potential French revolution, we would never get any work done at all. Am I right? Yeah, maybe you're right. Worrying doesn't do us any good. Tell me about the important business you wanted to discuss. Oh yeah, the business. A letter. This one's from the Paris Police Department. Fancy wax seal and everything. That is indeed a fancy seal. Well, go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors. All right? Ahem. Monsieur Falcon. Meet me on the rooftop cafe opposite the Place de Bastille. Place de la Bastille. Remind me not to play a game that is based in France ever again. I have a proposal. Regards, Inspector Volerty. That's it. How terse. Volerty's letter has been added to your evidence folder. A proposal from the inspector. Interesting. Do you have any idea what sort of proposal he has in mind? Not a clue. So, are we going to meet him and find out? No. I don't know what sort of proposal the inspector has in mind, but we would be foolish to reject it without even hearing him out. Grab your coat. All right, no dilly-dallying. I like it. Oh, but before I forget, I need to drop by the hospital at some point. What did you eat this time? No, it's not like that. Well, not entirely. I need to pay for the bill from my last visit. Oh, that's reasonable. Sure, we can pay a visit. But the inspector's call should take a priority, I think. A new day. A sign on the door reads, the Aviary, blah, blah, blah. I see. To the Place de la Bastille. Yay. It's far too cold to be meeting on a rooftop cafe. Why couldn't the inspector have chosen a comfier location? Who knows? Maybe the inspector likes the view. because it reminds him of his days guarding the old Bastille under the Ancien regime. Wait, you think the inspector worked here during the Ancien regime? Do you think that's how he got his war wounds? It was a joke, Sparrowson. I'm sure the inspector isn't that old. Well, well, well. Severin, what are you doing here? Settle down, JJ. Just like you, I was invited here by the inspector. What could he want with all three of us? It is hardly unusual for the lawyers and police of France to collaborate. The inspector probably has a big investigative role that requires all hands on deck. A big investigative role. Sounds juicy. Oh, by the by, did you hear what happened to Judge Romulus? No, what? He escaped from prison before we could even try him. Rumor has it that the wolf bribed his jailkeeper and then fled for the hills. So he escaped justice. For now, but don't fret. Nobody manages to escape the long arm of the law forever. Speaking of which... Ah, good. You're all here. Excuse me, Mr. Inspector Volerti, sir. Falcon and I were wondering, did you get your injuries while defending the old Bastille prison? Don't drag me into this, you fool. I was joking. You impudent whelps. I'm not that old. I sustained these injuries when in the July Revolution, 18 years ago. I was a real guard, just a lowly peon. The air was thick with gunpowder and blood. Oh, great. Now you've set him off. We were given the order to charge at a rebel barricade. My comrades and I fastened to our bayonets. Suddenly, boom! Without warning, a gunpowder keg exploded. My comrades were dead. I was heavily wounded. That's when I looked up and saw a looming figure standing between the gargoyles of Notre Dame. It was the Viridian killer himself. Ahem. This is a fascinating story, Inspector, but perhaps you could tell us why we are here? Oh, right. Of course. Why we are here. What am I to tell you, or what I'm about to tell you, is to remain strictly confidential. You understand? It's a matter of national security. As you've probably heard, France is under threat from a certain heinous group. Hipsters. Definitely hipsters. I think I'll take the revolutionaries. Revolutionaries. Indeed, rebels. There's a storm brewing in the shadows of Paris. We, the Paris Police Department, have known about it for months. No, years. In every tavern, on every street corner, people talk of organizing protests and overthrowing the government. The king has ordered for public gatherings to be dispersed and newspapers to be censored, but the whispers of dissent remain. No surprise there. If you take away an angry citizen's ability to speak, they will just get even angrier. I was about to say that same damn thing. Indeed, and that's why it is paramount that we find and strike at the heart of the rebel group as soon as possible. For that, I need your help. What exactly do you want us to do? Interview citizens, scout locations, find the secret rebel meeting location that has escaped the eyes of the police. Do we have any leads? Just one. We know that the rebels are having weapons supplied to them by a crooked merchant who is only referred to as the Croque Monsieur. Like the sandwich? What? The Croque Monsieur is a hot sandwich, cheese, ham, a little bit. Throw on some peppers and it's Friday night. This has nothing to do with sandwiches. Croque Monsieur is the alias of an accomplished and notoriously dangerous arms dealer. Beg pardon, one moment. I need hydration. Lovely.
In any case, there's everything the Parisian police know.
That's everything? That's all you have to demonstrate after years of tracking? Naturally, as a public prosecutor, it is my duty to help the police in their investigation. I would be honored to lend any and all assistance. Suck up.
That's very good to hear, Monsieur Cocorico?
I can't say his name right.
But what about you, Falcon?
Well, to be honest, Inspector, I don't quite understand why you're asking me. I'm a private defense attorney. I work for citizens who get stuck in legal trouble. Rebel hunting isn't quite my forte.
You want to know why I'm asking you? Look around you, Falcon. We are surrounded by corruption and incompetence. The judges are bloodthirsty wolves, the jailers are thieving ravens, and the National Guard are sitting ducks.
Bird puns.
Look at the slackers and dullards who supposedly protect and serve this country. Nobody cares about justice anymore. You saw my shameful display at the previous trials. Those are the results I produce with imbeciles to assist me. But you three, you care. Falcon, I saw you defending Dame Cataline and Prince Juan. I heard of your escapades around the city, frantically collecting evidence and interviewing witnesses. Frankly, you did more investigative work over the last month than I've seen any policeman do in a year. Not including myself, of course.
But Dame Cataline...
It doesn't matter. You have passion and conviction. You aren't a total bird brain. By my book, that makes you a fantastic investigator. Even that is not in your job description. So what do you say? Do you want to sit around your office, twiddling your thumbs, until another pointless job offer follows in your lap? Or do you want to take this opportunity to do something great, and help us track down the animals who wish to harm our glorious nation?
Man, just once I want to hit the negative option and see what they say, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I would be honored to help my country, Inspector. Consider us on board. Now, about this fascism that we're starting, let's not.
Excellent. Just what I wanted to hear.
I had no idea you were such a patriot, JJ. There's nothing wrong with a little national pride. Yeah, pride is fine and all, but, do we get any compensation for this?
Of course. Here's 50 francs. You will receive another 50 upon the completion of your work.
50 francs? Psh, we're being undersold. Hush, Sparrowson. This is a great opportunity.
I don't want to keep you any longer than necessary. You already have all the key facts of the investigation. Find the elusive croque monsieur, find where the rebels are congregating. Those are your two tasks. I will check upon your progress in 3 weeks' time. See what you can accomplish by then.
Nice. I'll be doing my own independent investigation into the rebel group, JJ, so I suppose this is a competition of sorts. Try to keep up with me. Don't make me laugh, Severin. I'll have the rebel leaders behind bars before you even have your first suspect. Come on, Sparrowson. We have a crook monsieur to hunt. Okay, let's go. He's thinking of the sandwich again. Heh, I knew a little competition would kick those bird brains into gear. Well, Inspector, this has been a productive meeting. I should probably start my investigation into the croque monsieur, too.
Not so fast, Cocorico. There's something else we need to discuss.
Ah, what a tease. What did they discuss? What was it? Ooh, that's a lot of places to visit. I think I'm going to go start with my friends at the investigators. Bye. Goodbye.
Molly's gonna watch your stream.
Okay, Molly, get in the chair and watch the stream.
Okay, baby.
Molly. She don't want to watch the stream. Yeah. Our private investigator friends. We can go hang out with them for a little bit. Oh, look at this guy.
Well, well, well. This is most unexpected. Monsieur Falcon, Monsieur Sparrowson. I believe this is our first time meeting without disguises or pretenses, as it were. Oh, but first things first. Mousy, would you kindly fetch our guests some tea?
Of course, Monsieur Vulpes. Of course.
Messieurs, what sort of tea would you...
Oh, Messieurs, what sort of tea would you like? Chamomile? Darjeeling, maybe?
Ooh. The ultimate choice. The most important choice in the game.
That one went up. Actually, some Darjeeling would be divine. Thank you, Mousy. Sure, Darjeeling sounds good to me, too.
Okay, 1 pot of Darjeeling coming right up.
Let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. What is it that you two came here for?
We have a couple of questions. Have you heard of a person called the Croque Monsieur? And no, we're not talking about the sandwich, unfortunately.
The Croque Monsieur. Are you referring to the black market salesman? The man who claims to be able to procure anything, no matter how illegal?
Yes, that sounds exactly like the person we're looking for. Do you know him?
Me personally? No, monsieur. I just know of his vile reputation.
He's turning into Cocorico. I cannot stop this. I see. Then do you have any idea how we can find him?
Meeting the Croque Monsieur face to face is not easy. The man doesn't make himself known to just anybody after all. I know I should do a little investigative work of my own. Come back in 3 days and I will tell you where and when you can find the Croque Monsieur.
That's an enormous help. Thank you so much, Monsieur Vulpes.
Of course, there is a price.
A price?
It is just a small fee, a mere 30 francs.
Hey, we saved your derriere over that Prince Juan business. Is this any way to show your gratitude? Monsieur Vulpes, you must understand that there is no personal errand, that this is no personal errand. We are investigating on behalf of king and country.
I'm sure your intentions are noble, Monsieur Falcon, but I am running a business here. A fox has to eat. 30 francs, and I guarantee I will find you the Croque Monsieur. That's my final offer. What do you say?
Okay, we'll get some francs. Here you go, monsieur.
Very good. As I promised, return in 3 days or later, and I will tell you where the Croque Monsieur can be found. Rest assured, I will undertake my end of the bargain with care and diligence.
I expect nothing less. Thank you, Monsieur Vulpes.
It is my pleasure. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Rumor of the uprising.
Monsieur Vulpes?
Monsieur Vulpes, have you heard any rumors of an uprising?
Of course. These days a man can't walk into a tavern without hearing angry men whispering about violence and revolt. I dare say that Paris may find itself in the midst of yet another revolution before the end of winter.
Oh boy. But what can you tell us about the dissenters specifically? Do you know where they are meeting?
I am afraid I only know what you can read in the papers, monsieur. I know anti-government protesters were meeting out in the open until the government clamped down on large public banquets. With the banquets gone, who knows where the dissenters went?
I see.
Perhaps I can assist you with something else.
Nah, that's about it. That's all. Have a pleasant day, Monsieur Vulpes.
As do you, messieurs.
Neat.
The tea's ready, Monsieur Vulpes. It's ready.
I'm afraid you're too slow, Massey.
Oh, bother. A new day. Neat. Where to next? The tavern's probably a good idea, yeah? No drinking, Bad Falcon. Calm down, Sparson. I'm just here for information. Taverns are the first place people go to moan about the government. Therefore, they are the perfect rebel breeding grounds. Oh, that makes sense. Ah, it's you two. What will it be today? Wine and beer? I'm afraid it's just questions for now, Madame Quenelle. We're looking for a man called the Croque Monsieur. Have you seen him? No, that name doesn't sound familiar at all. Okay, have you heard any of your patrons bad-mouthing the government? Of course. There's a tavern, hon. If people couldn't come here to grope and talk politics... If people couldn't come here to gripe and talk politics, where else could they go? I think that might be a typo, but if it's not... That's true, but has anyone stood out? Well... Just between you and me, the pair on the drinking floor have been acting very shifty. Now, I'm not saying they are or they aren't rebels, but they're doing far too much talking and not enough drinking, if you know what I mean. I think I do. Thank you, madame. Let's see where to go. The drinking room, of course.
And that's when the mademoiselle told me to put the order in. No idea where she's gonna keep them, though.
Piero, you know she hates being called mademoiselle. You're going to get stuck with guard duty again.
Aye, right you are. The madame it is, then. Wait, she ain't married, is she? So why do we have to call her a madame?
Why don't you ask her yourself?
No way. No way. She would straight up eat me alive if I asked that directly.
Wait, hush up. You smell that? It smells like eavesdroppers. Can I help you, messieurs? What you talking about? What were you two just talking about before we rudely interrupted? Well, I would like to include you in our conversation, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think that's any of your business. Ooh. Sneaky, sneaky. As a matter of fact, it is our business. You see, we want to fight alongside the rebels. We do?
Listen here, you.
Hold on, Piero. Let me handle this. Listen, messieurs, I've seen you two around a couple of times. We're acquaintances, I suppose. Now, I don't know who you are, but I do know that your line of work involves a fair amount of investigation. Therefore, I must assume that you're some sort of detective or prosecutor. Am I far off the mark? Well, as I thought. Now, I don't claim to be part of any secret rebel alliance. I've never heard of such a thing. But if I were a member of any such hypothetical group, I would not allow the entry of a man of the law like yourself. Understood? Damn. That's a solid shutdown. Yeah, I'll try to ask something else. Monsieur, have you heard of a man called... Falcon, wait. There's a slight chance that these guys might be rebels, right? So if we ask directly, they might be scared off. Good point. I'll try to keep it subtle. That would be the most subtle option, for sure. Monsieur, I see that you are carrying a rifle. Evidently. Who manufactured it? Good question. See, most hunters around here are carrying old French Chalavilles. But this beauty is something special. See, it's American, from the Springfield Armory. Model 1812. Percussion lock firing mechanism. An American musket, you say? That's certainly quite special. It must have been hard to procure. It's true that you can't buy guns of this quality from standard street sellers, but if you know the right people... Please, go on. Well... Alright. Listen carefully. You didn't hear it from me, but to meet the croque monsieur... Actually, it'd be foolish for me to explain it in public. It would be much easier if you just take this. The Book of Judges? What is this, some sort of law book? The book's subject is not important. Just take it. Oh, I see. It's the Book of Judges from the Bible. Old Testament stories of God smiting people and stuff. I appreciate the gift, monsieur, but I'm not religious. Nor am I. Then why are you...
Just take it, you idiot. Bible books are what we used to pass around in codes and phrases, don't we?
Code phrases? Pierrot, please. I'm trying to be low-key, and I can't do that if you're mouthing off with that big beak of yours.
Right you are.
Try to forget what my friend said. Just with a little searching and with the contents of that good book, you should be able to get what you desire. Is that a religious metaphor? No, monsieur, I'm being very literal. The Book of Judges has been added to your evidence folder. Well, thank you very much for the gift, monsieur. But to be honest, I have no idea how this is supposed to lead me to our gun salesman. I see. Well, I hear that there is an excellent friar who performs Bible readings at Notre Dame Cathedral. Perhaps if you show the man your new book, he will be able to find you a particularly spiritual passage. Are you sure that this isn't all a religious metaphor? I feel like you're trying to convert me. I'll show you I'm as secular as I come, monsieur. Friar at Notre Dame Cathedral. Thank you, monsieur. I'll make a note. Was there something else you wanted? Nah. Thank you for your assistance, messieurs.
It's nothing. Get out of here already.
You two smell like decent fellows? Or seem like decent fellows? You shouldn't get involved in this rebelling business. Just do whatever you need to with the croque monsieur and get out of Paris. That's what a smart person would do. I appreciate the advice, monsieur. Neat. Curious. I have 114 francs. Okay, cool. I also have to go to the hospital, too. To pay the bill. Are we ready to hit the road? Yeah, I think so. Yep, let's make a move. All right. When? What a view. You can see the July columns so clearly from up here.
Ah, Cocorico. You're already here. You have news about the croque monsieur? Or is this about the other matter?
Here you go. As requested, the full register of those who entered Paris Law School and the full list of graduates.
Very good. Let's take a look.
Now, could you please tell me what this is about, Inspector? What exactly are you looking for?
Look at this list of graduates. Do you see any names you recognize?
Well, I see my own, class of 1837, and I see that moronic prosecutor Rupert Rabington, under the class 1846. Oh, and there's J.J. Falcon's name under the class 1832.
Very good. Now take a look at this register page from 1829. See anything amiss?
Well, I don't see J.J.'s name, but I'm not sure quite what that implies, Inspector.
The explanation is simple. J.J. Falcon changed his name sometime between 1829 and 1832, right around the time of the July Revolution.
And why would he do that?
Why, indeed. Monsieur Cocorico, you and I are roosters. We are birds of justice, birds of French national pride. But Falcon, he's a bird of prey. It is in his very nature to draw his talons and lash out at those around him. I have no doubt that when the pressure rises, he will show his true colors.
I'm not sure I agree with your personality assessment, Inspector. I have always suspected that J.J. was a buffoon, an imbecile, and a troglodyte, but never would I describe him as a person of malice.
Time will tell.
Do you need me for anything else, Inspector? Or shall I continue my investigation into the croque monsieur?
There's one more thing. Take this.
A pistol? No thank you, Inspector.
These are dangerous times. If you face a violent threat, you cannot hope to defend yourself with a riding crop of yours.
I'm well aware. I just find that these ghastly things tend to escalate situations rather than mitigate them.
That's what everyone says during peacetime. Take it. Thank me when it saves your hide.
Fine. I'll keep hold of it.
Well, Monsieur Cocorico, you have been most helpful.
I'm just doing my duty. Good day, Inspector. Well, that was interesting. Neat. Let's go pay the hospital bill, I suppose. There he is, Sparrowson. Go ahead and say what you need to say. Excuse me, Dr. Fowlert? I just wanted to thank you for, giving me an antidote and, making me well and stuff. It's no trouble at all, Sparrowson, wasn't it? Of course, there is a small matter of the debt. Right. Let's see, 1 hospital bed, 1 dose of specialized antidote, expert medical care from the attending physician. The total comes to 500 francs. Oh, must be the American healthcare system. I'm kidding. It's way cheaper. Falcon, can I get an advance on this month's pay, and next month's, and maybe the month after's? Calm down, Sparrowson. I'm sure the doctor is a reasonable man. He will surely allow you to pay in installments. Of course. Oh, thank goodness. With my current wages, I should be able to fully pay off the debt by the 20th century. Hey, your pay isn't that bad. Now, there's no need for quibbling. I have a suggestion. You messieurs are lawyers, yes? If you do some pro bono work for me, I may be able to knock the bill down a little. Maybe to, say, 100 francs? Oh, that sounds much more manageable. What kind of legal work do you have in mind? Debt collection. Sure. That actually sounds quite fun. Be a nice change from this croque monsieur nonsense. Yes, give us the details, doctor. There's a man I treated for a small injury a couple of years ago. He's been evading my attempts at collecting on his bill ever since. I wouldn't normally pursue medical bills so aggressively, but I know that the man is a successful inventor. He can easily afford to front the bill. I would greatly appreciate if you would pay him a visit and strong arm him into loosening his purse strings. Well, I'm not making any promises, but maybe we can swing by the inventor's house if we have a free minute. Thanks, Falcon. And thank you, Doctor. We will dedicate every waking moment to collecting this debt. Wait, I didn't agree to that. Every waking moment. A new day. Let us go to Notre Dame. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the grand atrium of Notre Dame Cathedral. Scaffolding lines much of the crumbling outer wall. Unperturbed, a handful of devotees are silently kneeled in thought. Here for a little prayer, are we, Falcon? I had no idea you were the religious type. Don't be silly, I'm following up on Fontaine's lead. We must find our mystery friar. Do you think it's that hunched-over fellow over there? I bet it's him. He looks super suspicious. It could be. Let's show some tact. Excuse me, Mr. Friar. Do you know what tact is, Sparrowson? Oh, crap. It's another wolf. Pardon one moment.
Welcome, my brothers, welcome. All are welcome under the roof of the house of God.
Okay.
Are you here to confess your sins, or perhaps you wish to join in our services?
Actually, Friar, we're here because... Falcon? That friar, he looks eerily familiar. Now that you mention it, he does look a little like the guy who delivers our post, doesn't he? What? No, that's not what I meant. And how does he look anything like our postman? Am I going mad?
Your friend appears to be upset.
Don't mind him, he's just in a huff because he thinks you look like this judge we once met.
Judge Romulus? I get that all the time. I'm his twin brother, you see.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, good. I'm not going mad. Uh-huh. Okay. Friar, would you say that you had a good relationship with Romulus?
We were close, but as you see, or as you may have heard, he got in trouble with the law recently. I haven't seen him in weeks.
I see. I didn't mean to pry.
It's no trouble, but tell me, why are you here, my brothers?
Oh, right. Well, we have a couple of questions. This is bad. This is a bad idea. Let's do it anyway. Friar, we have something that we would like to show you. Could you take a look at this? We heard that you could give special passage readings.
I see. You have your own copy of the Book of Judges.
Oh, God. It's the Book of Judges. He's Romulus's twin brother. Also a wolf. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. This is real bad.
I think you'll find chapter 15, verse 2 to be particularly enlightening.
Or is it verse 11? I think it's verse 11. Let's see. Chapter 15, verse 11.
This chapter follows the journey of Samson, the heroic judge with divine strength.
Oh my God. This is bad. We're gonna die. He's gonna rip us to shreds. That's what's gonna happen.
In this part of the scripture, Samson is confronted by the men who are angered by Samson's notion of justice.
Yep, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. He's gonna murder us.
Please, could you read the passage?
Okay. 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock Etam. They said to Samson, "Knowest thou that the Philistines are rulers over us? What is this that thou hast done unto us?" And Samson said unto them, "As they did unto me, so have I done unto them."
As they did unto me, so have I done unto them. A beautiful sentence, wouldn't you agree?
He's gonna murder us. He is gonna murder us. I'm gonna say it's poetic, but I think it's more barbaric. It's poetic, a beautiful summation of justice.
You understand the passage. That's delightful to hear. Yes, Samson was a great judge. Not a judge of today, who sits on a high chair and files in this paperwork, but an old judge, a holy judge, a shofet. Shofets were to be admired and feared. They made their own judgments and dispensed their own punishments. I'm starting to ramble, aren't I? Okay, let's get back to the point. The key word of the day is Etam. That's the name of the cave where Samson hid. The Rock of Etam.
That's him. Got it. I'll make a note. It's like a backwards mate. But I'm confused. What do we wish to do with this key word?
That is for you to learn on your own, my brothers. You appear to be intelligent. I'm sure that if you put your faith in the right people, you can uncover the truth.
We'll see what we can do.
Is there anything else I can help with you today? Perhaps you wish to make a confession.
No, but I'm going to ask you about scaffolding. What's with all the scaffolding? Is there some sort of construction work going on?
That's right. A little repair. A little renovation.
Oh.
It's no secret that the cathedral has seen better days.
Hey, history's repeating itself.
The Court of Reason did a lot of damage back in the days of the Revolution. But now we're well on our way to restoring the holy place to its former glory.
The Cult of Reason, the religion of Christianity. Hey, Falcon, what's the difference between a religion and a cult? Don't be rude, Sparrowson.
Don't worry, my brother. I understand how it is. To a young person, all ideologies look like gobbledygook in different packaging, don't they?
Pretty much.
Then maybe you'll come to learn the differences as you grow up. I promise, some ideologies are worth following to the very end. But let's not talk anymore about cults and ideologies. Did you want anything else?
Nope. I think we're done here. Thank you for your time, Friar.
Go in peace, my brothers.
Cool. He didn't murder us. I thought that was what was going to happen. Yeah. Okay. I am gonna go see what our investigator friends found for us. Monsieur Vulpus, you've managed to dig up some good information, I trust.
Oh no. There is good news and there is bad news.
Bad news first. Hit me with the bad news first.
The croque monsieur refuses to speak with anyone who does not know a secret password.
Which we just learned.
And I'm afraid I was unable to procure that particular password.
I see. That is a problem. So what's the good news?
If you want to meet the croque monsieur anyway, I've learned that he lurks around the Rue des Marmosettes on Friday evenings.
Ah, crap. The Rue des Marmosettes. Oh, the Monkey Road by Notre Dame. That's easy enough to get to.
I apologize that I could not be of more help.
It's no problem at all, monsieur. You've given us a fantastic lead. Rue des Marmosettes on Friday. I'll be there. And I think we know what the password is. We do? Come on, Falcon. Don't be a barbarian.
I shan't delay you two any longer. I'm sure you have a lot of investigative work to do.
That we do. Thanks for all the help, Monsieur Vulpus. Yay. Alright. So we got 4 days to get through before we can go talk to that guy. Let's go to... Where's that guy that we have to rub up? Oh, he's here. Okay. Let's go collect the debt. What? Okay. Come in. Are you Monsieur Gustave Trove? I am, and you are? We're lawyers, sent on behalf of Dr. Fullert. We're here to collect a debt that you owe. It's time to pay up, monsieur.
Oh, mon Dieu, I forgot about that. Listen, I would be happy to pay, but it looks like I don't quite have enough money on hand. What to do? What to do? I know. I have a brand new invention that will blow the doctor's socks off. It's a device that will completely revolutionize the surgical field.
I imagine the doctor would prefer hard cash over some gadget.
No, trust me. This baby will easily be worth 10,000, no, 100,000 francs. The doctor will love it.
All right, then. Hand the device over, and I'll pass it along to Dr. Falret straight away.
Well, it's not that simple. The device isn't finished yet.
It's not finished?
I know exactly what needs to be done, but I'm missing some crucial parts.
Ah, crap. We're going to have to go get those, aren't we?
Perhaps if you had time to spare, you could help me out. Run out and collect what I need.
What? No, monsieur, that's absurd. If you have shopping to do, then you should do it yourself. Falcon, please, help the man. I can't spend the rest of my life in debt. All right. No need to get all panicky. We'll hear the man out at least. Great. I'll take notes. What is it that you need, monsieur?
Let's see, I need a copper pot.
A pot? As in, like, a saucepan? What on earth for?
It's a necessary component of my invention. I can use it to build a portable electric battery.
Well, that makes sense.
You see, when a zinc rod is suspended in a sulfuric acid, accompanied by a copper surface, a current is generated.
Save me your scientific mumbo-jumbo. One metal pot should be trivial to require.
One copper pot.
Oh, the copper part is important. Okay, one copper pot. I wonder where we would find one of those. I've seen copper kettles at Les Halles Market, although those things aren't too cheap. I can't help but feel that I saw a copper pot somewhere else. What else?
What else? The string. High-grade string to bind some components of the device together.
Seems simple enough. I imagine Les Halles Market would have that in abundance. Can we really afford to blow our whole budget at the market, Falcon? Surely there's a cheaper way to acquire string. Look, I have loose thread in my jacket. Take it.
The string must be higher quality than that, monsieur. I need something that's fishing line grade.
Oh, I see. Is there anything else that you wanted, monsieur? Some books, confectionaries, alcohol, groceries, perhaps?
No, that's everything.
Oh, it's only 2 things. Sweet. All right, I've got it all written down. Shopping list has been added to your evidence folder. I feel a little conned. We came here to collect on a debt and left with a shopping list. We're going to follow through and get Monsieur Trouvé's items, right? We'll see. Cool. A new day. Hey, it's February. Nice. Alright. So... Copper pot. Ooh, I bet we can get a copper pot from here. Possibly. Hello, Molly. Let's go get some string real quick. No. Get some string from our lovely dude who fishes. Who is not a fisherman.
Well. If it isn't the rude lawyers.
Hello, Molly.
You know, you owe me a big guy.
I owe you?
Yep. My fishing line snapped when I dragged you out of the water the other day. I had to buy a new reel. So the way I see it, you owe me 2 francs for the fishing line and 1,000,000 francs for saving your life.
I don't have 1,000,002 francs.
Really? You look so bourgeois. Alright, I tell you what, 2 francs for the line and we'll call it even.
Okay. Here's 2 francs. Consider it a gift of gratitude for saving my life.
Much thanks, monsieur. Now, why are you here?
Why are we here? Oh, right, we have some questions. So, caught anything good?
Today, not a keeper. This new fishing line is really good, but I've run out of good baits, so it's practically useless by itself.
That's quite an issue. Hey, Falcon. Do you think that fishing line would work as the high-grade string Monsieur Trouvé wanted? It just might. Say, Monsieur Kingley, since you aren't catching anything, would it be possible for us to take that new fishing line off your hands?
Yeah, what's it worth?
Didn't we already go over this fishing line payment business?
Yeah, but that was compensation for the old fishing line. If you want to buy this new line, it's a whole separate matter. Also, I saved your life, remember? And I was polite enough not to rub that in your face. Much.
Fine, fine. How much did the new line cost?
10 francs.
There's no way that line cost 10 francs.
You're right. It cost 1, but I added a little markup.
That's obscene.
I guess it is a bit. I tell you what. If you can provide me with some killer baits, I'll give you the line for free.
Killer bait? Like worms?
Sure, worms, sweets, whatever. So what'll it be? Do you have some bets, or do you want to pay me the cash?
Man. What are we at right now? 112. I don't want to waste the day, though. I'll just pay for it. I'm done playing stupid run-around fetch quest nonsense. Here's the 10 francs.
Excellent. Here's your line.
Nice.
Wait, hold on. Now I have no fishing line or baits. I did not think this deal through. Oh well, can I help with something else?
Nah. I think we're done here. Happy fishing, monsieur. Bye, monsieur fisherman.
Hey, you know I hate being called that.
All right. Willing to bet. There you are. I remember you. Or, you there. I remember you. You guys can help me out with this little dilemma. What is it, mademoiselle? Which country is better, Great Britain or the United States of America? Ooh. USA. I'm going to have to go with the USA. Because they kicked Britain's derriere in the battlefield, right? Well, sure, that. But also because they are proving themselves to be a unique and formidable nation. It's quite... Hi. It's quite remarkable what they've achieved in such a short period of time. You prefer the USA, huh? There's a lot of opportunity there. What is this about, mademoiselle? Well, I'm thinking of taking a trip. A long trip. Everywhere I go in Paris, people are angry and depressed. It's like violence is about to break out at any moment. I've saved up enough, so I'm going to get out of here. I'll follow my dreams of starting a new life overseas. Who's going to look after Chateau Criniere? Well, with the Baron's passing... Oh, they've already killed him? Oh, that sucks. They've decided to auction off his estate. I think the de Miaus were showing some interest in the household, so I guess they can handle the household duties themselves. The de Miaus, you say? Interesting. Anyway, this might be the last time we'll see each other, so I'll just say, au revoir, Sparrowson. Au revoir, Monsieur Falcon. Farewell, mademoiselle. I wish you a pleasant voyage. So long, mademoiselle. Don't let those Yanks push you around. Hey, Falcon. I think we forgot something. Hmm? The rebels. The Croque Monsieur. All that juicy investigation stuff. We're supposed to be asking questions. Oh, right. That completely slipped my mind. It's no matter. Colleen didn't seem like the type to get involved with rebels and arms dealers. She probably knew nothing. I suppose, in any case, she seems to be the only one with enough sense to escape before the violence starts. Yeah. Ah, man. I'm going to try to get the pot from there. All right. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe they'll have one here? Welcome, welcome. Oh, no. Welcome, welcome. Ah, it's you two again. You remember us? I guess that's no surprise. Of course I remember. You are the messieurs who ask many questions and buy a little chocolate. I'm afraid we have more questions today, Monsieur Hagelslack. Thanks for being patient with us. Have you heard any rumors of rebellion in Paris recently? Why, monsieur, there are always rumors of rebellion in Paris. The citizens whisper in the shadows. The bourgeois cower in fear. Yes, yes, but have you personally heard anything specific? No, monsieur. You sell chocolate to a lot of people. Have you come across any unsavory characters in your occupation? Of course. One time I was hiking through the mountains of the Netherlands and I was accosted by an overzealous tulip salesman. I threw a fistful of Dutch rubles at him and made a hasty retreat. I can't help but wonder about the legitimacy of Lander's stories. But for some reason, his tangential rants don't bother me. Let me be more specific. We're looking for a person called the Croque Monsieur. Does that name sound familiar? No, monsieur. Yay, wasted another day. 2 in a row, yay! I suppose we're done here. I guess it was a little silly of me to look for intel about a rebellion in a chocolate shop. Perhaps I could help you with something else, monsieur. Like what? Well, you may have noticed that this is in fact a chocolate shop. I am much better service as a chocolate salesman than a rumor mongerer. Ah, of course. I'm looking to buy a box of chocolates for a friend. May I have a recommendation? Could it be? Am I the friend, Falcon? Is this a gift for me? Certainly, monsieur. If you are looking for something romantic, then perhaps an elegant heart-shaped selection from Tuscany would suit you. Romantic, you say? I don't feel that way about you, Falcon. But how could I decline such a scrumptious gift? No, that wouldn't work. Do you have anything that would be suitable for any occasion? Ah, then you perhaps want this box of 20 creamy chocolate swirls from London. They are very sweet. Nobody can resist. Yes, those are perfect. Take them, Falcon. Take them. For pity's sake, Sparrowson. Why are you being so fidgety? No reason. Then cut it out. It's weird. I think those would work nicely, Mr. Hagelslack. How much are they? 5 francs. Perhaps a little steep for some, but I assure you that their quality more than justifies the price tag. Can I get a good guy discount, for being such an upstanding citizen? I really shouldn't, monsieur. I understand. Ha! Just kidding. Of course you can. How about I give you these for free, as a token of Belgian generosity? Really? Of course, because you are such wonderful customers. We are? Absolutely. One moment, if you please, messieurs. I shall go wrap these up. Falcon? What is it? I just want to say, you've been a great friend and an inspirational mentor. I have ample amounts of respect for you as a person, and you know these chocolates aren't for you, right? Oh. Damn it. If I'd come here first, I would have had a free fishing line. Good. Just making sure. You're breaking my heart, Falcon. Here you are, monsieur. I am sure the recipient will enjoy them. A box of chocolates has been added to your evidence folder. Thank you very much, monsieur. And thank you for putting up with our endless questions. It has been my pleasure, monsieur. Friday. Is that him? It must be. Excuse me, monsieur.
I don't recognize you, fellas. What's the password?
The password? Etam.
Oh, I took you fellas for bird-brained cops, but you actually know the secret password. So, what do you want?
Well, let's start with introductions. You are the croque monsieur, are you not?
That's croque monsieur to you. Mon Dieu, people always get the pronunciation wrong.
I'm not really hearing the difference.
In any case, Monsieur Croque Monsieur is my name. My name is... Don't tell me, you idiot. Bringing up names can mess up an entire meeting. Why do you think I use an alias? Just tell me what you want. Drugs, guns, explosives, slaves? Come on, I don't have all day.
Well, to be honest, what I really want is... I know you've been supplying weapons to a rebel group. I want to know everything. Who they are, where they're meeting, what they bought from you.
Heh, if I sold out my customers, it wouldn't be good for my reputation, now would it?
I suppose that's true.
Just kidding. Money beats integrity any day. Pay me 500 francs, and I'll give you the dirt.
500 francs for information? That seems a little steep.
Steep? This intel is probably worth 50,000 francs to the Parisian police. I'm giving you a bargain. Listen, you pay me the full 500 right now, and I'll tell you exactly where and when and where you can find the rebels.
Do you take checks?
Very funny, and no. I don't take pocket lint either. It's cold. Hard Napoleons only.
Well, well, well.
Sainte merde. It's the fuzz. Cheese it.
Wait, Monsieur Croque Monsieur. Come back. Never, Falcon. Never fear, Falcon. I'll tear the dastardly fellow. Don't get too close, Sparrowson. It's a crocodile. That crocodile's got a gun. What's all this ruckus? Playing cops and robbers, are we, JJ? Are you blind, Severin? That was the croque monsieur. We were on the crux of extracting some vital information about the rebels, but your smug entrance just ruined everything. That was the croque monsieur? I never would have guessed. You don't sound very concerned. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm quite impressed that you managed to track down such an elusive criminal. But I have something much more pressing that I need to discuss with you. More pressing than finding the rebels? Perhaps. JJ, I want you to answer this question sincerely and honestly. Did you go by a different name prior to enrolling at Paris Law School? What? What does that have to do with the rebel investigation? Or to do with anything, for that matter? I would appreciate it if you just answered the question, JJ. I need to hear it from your own beak. Have you ever gone by a different name? Ooh. I don't deny it. A man has a right to change his name. Indeed, a man does have that right, but why would such a man do such a thing? I don't appreciate your accusatory tone. You sound just like Inspector Valerti. Wait, that's it, isn't it? The inspector ordered you to dig up some dirt on me, didn't he? Answer me, Severin. What's going on? What did Inspector Valerti say? Man, that croc can run. It appears that you two are making solid progress with your investigation into the rebel group. I'll be sure to let the inspector know. Where are you going? We haven't finished our discussion, Severin. We have. I've learned what I came here to find out. Good day, JJ. Good day, Sparrowson. Well, fuck. What was that all about? It doesn't matter. Severin's just poking his beak where it doesn't belong. Heh, nosy blighter. So, tell me about your little adventure, Sparrowson. You lost the croque monsieur, huh? I take it. Yeah, he looks like a stumpy reptile, but he ran like a gazelle. I lost him in no time at all. I see. Well, with the croque monsieur's lead gone, our investigation has reached a dead end. Not entirely. He dropped something during the chase. He dropped something? What exactly? I'll show you. Follow me. I think you need to do more exercise, Sparrowson. Don't judge me. Ow. 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 Mon Dieu. What is it now? Muscle cramp? No. My foot's hurting. I think I got something in my shoe. Well, grit your beak and bear it. This is around where you saw the crocodile drop something, right? Yeah, somewhere around here. Then let's put on our investigation hats and find whatever it is. Oh, lovely. I bet that's it. Yeah, this. This is the thing the croque monsieur dropped. It's a list. 40 muskets, 20 pistols, gunpowder, 3,000 musket balls, to be delivered to the sleeping city. Oh my. This is an invoice. I don't see any names on here, but given the contents and quantities, the goods are probably intended for the rebels. Excellent find, Sparrowson. It was nothing. But the sleeping city, where could that be? Well, it's a city that sleeps a lot, so somewhere in Spain would be my guess. I'm pretty sure that the location is not a literal city. For one thing, we already know the city where the rebels are gathering. It's right here in Paris. The sleeping city is a code phrase, like a riddle. A riddle? Well, I'm stumped, and is getting us nowhere. We must find someone who can solve it. We need a person who is knowledgeable about all manner of riddles and puzzles. I know it all, huh? Precisely. In the meantime, I'll file this away for safekeeping. Croque monsieur's invoice has been added to your evidence folder. Do you think the crook dropped anything else? Probably not, but let's take a look. Nose bar. All animals are welcome. Except mosquitoes. You bloodsuckers can go get your fix someplace else. Mosquitoes are the devil. Noah feels pretty strongly about mosquitoes, huh? Well, he has a point. I'm not saying all mosquitoes are bloodsuckers, but... Well, Falcon, keep it classy. I'm just stating facts. An empty cart. Somebody has scrawled the word Descartes on it. The owner's name, perhaps? I don't think so, Falcon. See the graffiti on the wall behind you? Des wall. Somebody thinks that's funny. Oh, that's great. Does that street lamp look broken to you? Yep. I think all the lamps on the street have been vandalized. The ground is covered in glass from the broken panes. Oh, that explains why my foot is hurting. It does? There's glass in the sole of my shoe. I must have trodden on some shards while chasing the croque monsieur. Oh no, my good shoes are ruined. Well, I wouldn't say good. You paid 20 cents for them. File this away in the evidence folder. You want me to file away the broken glass? Yep, I'm filing an official formal complaint to the government. Their faulty street lamp has ruined my shoes, and I am owed compensation. I think government officials have better things to do than worry about your 20-cent shoes, Sparrowson. We'll see about that. Glass shards have been added to your evidence folder. Are you satisfied? We have real evidence to find. Watch those come in handy. Hi, Molly. Ma'am. Your dog is bothering me. Molly, go over there. Go over there. Go that way. Okay. What else we got?
Is he watching a movie? I can't pet her. It's a streamer that I really like.
Okay.
He's really cute.
Uh-huh. I see hanging bushels of onions. Bushels? That can't be right. It's sprigs of onions. How about bundles of onions? That's pretty neutral. Confederacies of onions. Okay, we're done. Flocks of onions? We're done. Is that everything? Oh, no, there's this. The sign is difficult to read. The paint has faded. Treadle fruitier? Ticredel fruitier. There's no way it says that. You just made those words up. All words are made up, Falcon. That's the joke that they did in Infinity War. I think we're done here. Okay. I guess we can always come back if we think we've forgotten something. Sweet. Dog, can I help you? Hi. Alright. Ooh. An event. Is the room to your liking, mademoiselle? Don't call me that. Dear God. My apologies, madame. But what are your thoughts? Is the room suitable? It's dark, cramped, and more than a little macabre, but it will do. Okay. Excellent. I have hired private security to guard the entrance 24 hours a day. Rest assured your weapons are safe. Tell me, friar, are we doing the right thing? Of course we are, madame. There cannot be change without bloodshed. No revolution without revolution. Surely you aren't having second thoughts? Of course not. I want nothing more than to serve justice to the corrupted rulers of this country. But when the time comes, I'll be the one to pull the trigger. Well, that'll be fun. I gotta find... Let's just go here and see what it is. Okay. So we need a copper pot and a piece of string. We have the string. What options do we have? I see Sasha's Spider Silverware store. Too pricey. Let's take it down a notch. Okay, how about that place over there? Hairy Hippopotamus's Pottery and Haberdashery. That name just rolls off the tongue. Still too pricey. We're buying for a mad scientist, not the Queen of England. What about the little stand? Rue's Odds and Ends. Looks cheap, and I even see a copper kettle in the back. Now we're talking. Excuse me, madame. Wait, those two look familiar. I recognize you. Weren't you two begging outside Chateau Cranier a couple weeks ago? Yeah, that was us. Thank you. Thanks for your generosity, monsieur. We put your money to good use, see? We started a business. At Rue's Odds and Ends. We sell everything. I suppose a congratulations is in order. It's no small feat to put yourself out on the streets in today's economy. Blah, blah, blah. So, do we get a discount? A discount? Well, we did help kickstart your little enterprise. I suppose we are investors of sorts. Sorry, messieurs, no discounts. You gave us a donation out of generosity of your hearts. Because you are such nice people. But maybe we can help you out. What is it you wanted? We see a copper kettle on your stall. How much is it? 30 francs. $30 for a kettle? That's far too much. But this kettle is super fancy, see? Look at all of engravings. It's nice and stout. Look at the handle. Look at the spout. That's great. With something like this, you can sip your tea while pretending to be a hoity-toity bourgeois. Yes, it's very fancy. But that's still more than we can afford. How does 20 francs sound? I'm not bartering, monsieur. It's 30 francs or nothing. Alright, fine. Alright, we'll take it. Here's your money. And here's the kettle. Pleasure doing business with you, monsieur. Was there anything else? Nope, that's it. That's all, madame. Thank you for all your help. Be sure to come back if you forgot anything, monsieur. Come back soon. Nice. A new day. Back to the scientist. Come in. Ah, it's you two. Have you managed to gather the materials I need? Yes, monsieur. A string and copper pots. Exactly as described. Here you go. What? What is this, a fancy kettle? It's made of copper, I suppose, but what an odd choice. It was a little tricky to procure the necessary items, but with a bit of asking around, we managed to find suitable substitutes. There's a general store down the street that sells string and discounted copper pots and the like. I assumed you would have gone shopping there. Well, no matter. Give me 1 minute and I'll finish assembling the device. Yay. Ta-da! May I proudly present to you Gustave Trouvé's magnificent Explorer Extractor Circle Device. Trademarked patent pending. It looks like a pair of kitchen tongs hooked up to a stewing pot. Agreed. I wasn't expecting something so low-tech and, well, bad. Perhaps the demonstration is in order. 1 moment, if you please. Psst, Falcon. That thing looks like junk. This whole fetch quest has been a waste of our time. I suspected the man was delusional from the very start. It would explain why he was being treated by a mental health professional. There's nothing to be done, though. Let's just humor Gustav until we get an opportunity to leave. Cut our losses. What about my medical debt?
Time for a demonstration. Get ready to have your stockings blown off, messieurs. So here we have one piece of regular meat. Imagine, if you will, that this is a soldier.
Okay. That meat is a soldier. An oddly shaped and potentially tasty soldier.
And here we have a small piece of iron. Imagine, if you will, that this is a musket ball.
Cool.
So a soldier is wandering through the battlefield and not a care in the world when all of a sudden, bam! The person has been shot. The musket ball has been embedded in the man's flesh.
I'm scared, Falcon. He slammed the metal into the meat like a madman.
Quick, messieurs. You're a battlefield medic. The soldier is wounded and you have precious little time. What do we do?
Well, I'm no surgeon, but I think most doctors would feel around for the musket ball fragments and carefully use a scalpel.
How archaic, how slow, how imprecise. Now, I hear you wondering, Monsieur Trouvé. Surely there must be a better way.
I wasn't...
Well, wonder no more. Behold, the Explorer Extractor. Watch as I power up the device. And then, as I move the detector component over the meat.
Is that thing humming?
It is, monsieur. When the electromagnet component of the Explorer Extractor detects a piece of iron, the device vibrates and emits a soft hum.
I must say, I'm actually impressed, monsieur. A device that can detect metal beneath flesh. That's innovative. I've never heard of such a thing before. Yeah, but why limit it to battlefield surgery? You could repurpose that thing to be some sort of treasure hunting device. Oh my god. That would make you really rich.
Hold your horses, monsieur. Hold your horses. I'm not done yet. You have understood half of the device's capabilities. The exploration part. Now you can witness the second part. Extraction.
Did that thing just... Yep, sucked out that bullet like a pip from a grapefruit.
Behold, the original piece of iron removed swiftly and precisely from the flesh. So what do you think? Pretty revolutionary, huh?
I think that meat looks a lot less appetizing than before. It's practically exploded. I have no idea what to think. Monsieur Trouvé, you are a strange and mildly terrifying individual, but I cannot fault the innovation of your device. We shall pass it along to Dr. Falret and let him decide its worth. Explorer Extractor has been added to your evidence folder.
Ah, thank you. I'm the good doctor. I'm sure the good doctor will approve.
I'm hungry. Let's pick up some steaks on the way back to the office. Let's not. A new day. Okay. Back to the hospital. Ah, you've returned. Were you successful? Well, Monsieur Trouvé didn't have any money, but he did give us something that he claimed to be extremely valuable. Go ahead, take it. He said that you could keep it. What is this? Monsieur Trouvé called it an Explorer Extractor. He said that it would revolutionize the medical field. I don't quite understand how it works, but maybe I could demonstrate it, if you have a piece of meat and a lump of metal handy. Monsieur Falcon, Monsieur Sparrowson, I sent you to retrieve owed money. Instead, you returned several days late with this child's toy. Just forget it. Forget the whole task. It was foolish of me to rely on private attorneys, and it was foolish of me to assume that a craved inventor would produce money when asked. Keep your toy. Good day, messieurs. So do I get a discount on my bill? Dr. Fowlert? About the discount? Oh, he's gone. Sorry, Sparrowson. It doesn't look like you'll be getting your discount. Oh, well, there goes my year's wages. So, what do we do now? get back to our investigation into the Croque Monsieur and the rebels, I assume. We've wasted precious time on this fool's errand. Or have we? Now we must go to the library. Do you think the librarian likes riddles? Of course. All librarians like riddles. Seems like a bit of a stereotype. That's all I'm saying. Stereotype or not, we have to hope that it's true. That Boffin is our best chance at getting to the bottom of this. Time to put our polite faces on. He's here now.
Well, good day, Dromio and Dromio.
Why, good day, monsieur. It's a pleasure to see you again on this fine day. Tell me, kind monsieur, do you like riddles?
Of course. Here's one for you, messieurs. What has 2 mouths and 4 ears, yet talks twice as much as it listens. You. It's you, messieurs. You. You come in here yammering and yelling, never stopping to close your beaks for 1 minute.
Oh, ha ha. Very good, monsieur. Laughs Sparrowson. We need to get into his good books.
Ha 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 ha!
What was that? Sorry, I can't fake laugh.
Oh, mon Dieu. Stop this farce. You messieurs obviously have some inane riddle that you want solving, so let's hear it. Go on, spit it out.
Oh, right. Well, if we were to say that there's a place called the Sleeping City in Paris, where would it be?
That's a new one, the Sleeping City. Got it.
Really?
Of course. The riddle was trivially easy. There's plenty of locations that could be called a sleeping city, but only one place earns that title in Paris.
Oh, and where would that be? We know the answer, of course, obviously. We're just fact-checking to make sure that you got it right.
Think it through, messieurs. What kind of city is only inhabited by those who sleep all day and night?
I got it. Spain. Don't be daft, Sparrowson. Spain isn't a city. But perhaps the monsieur is referring to the capital of Spain, Madrid. Nice, sleepy place.
Spain? Madrid? You two are remarkably dense, aren't you? Sleep is a metaphor. Actually, it's one of the oldest and most powerful metaphors in the history of literature. It symbolizes death itself. The sleeping city obviously refers to a city of the dead, a necropolis. Think, messieurs, think. Use your puny Edivian brains. Do we have any necropolises in Paris?
Of course, the catacombs, the winding tunnels of the dead that lie beneath our very feet.
Very good, monsieur. That's the first semi-intelligent thing you have managed to say all day. You have more questions, don't you?
Oh, yes. Can you give us a brief rundown on the history of the catacombs?
The cemeteries of Paris were overflowing by the end of the last century. It was a mess from what I hear. To create space, King Louis XVI ordered for old skeletons to be excavated and put into the unused man tunnels that lie under the city. So, with little renovation and many years of hard work, the mines were successfully turned into a subterranean mausoleum.
So, what? It's basically a grave for a few thousand skeletons?
Millions, more like. Don't underestimate the size of the tunnels, messieurs.
I know that the bourgeois like to tour the catacombs, don't they?
Correct. It was quite the bourgeois tourist hotspot some 20 years ago. But if you were hoping to pay a visit, you are too late. The church had all entrances sealed shut fairly recently.
Interesting. The church, you say. Why would the church do that?
Believe it or not, they considered the turning of a mausoleum into a tourist attraction to be in poor taste.
Oh, right. They shut down all the entrances? Really? Surely there must be one or two left untouched.
If there is such an entrance, it is not public knowledge.
I see. I think we're done here for now. Thank you for your time, monsieur.
Good day.
If the Sleeping City really is the Paris catacombs, then there must be some way to get in. An underground tunnel network would probably be connected to the city's sewers, right? So we just need to find the right manhole, and boom, we're in spooky, scary Skeleton Town. Okay, that's a good idea. Or maybe it connects to the Seine. Perhaps some swimming is in order.
You two dunces are going to get yourself killed. If you really wish to visit the catacombs, you would be best off asking those responsible for the closures.
The dead people?
The church, monsieur. The church would know if any unsealed entrances still exist.
Oh, right. Oh. Oh boy. Well, only got one choice today. There he is. Oh boy. That's the rooster who shot the croque monsieur. What?
Wait, what?
I think we're getting close to unraveling this whole rebellion nonsense. Let's not dawdle, Sparrowson. We're nearly there. Alright, let me just deal with this letter first. Spam? I don't think so. It's from Cocorico. Severin? Well, go ahead, Sparrowson. Let's hear it. JJ. If this letter reaches you uninterrupted, then it means that I have been captured or killed by the rebels. What? Last evening, the inspector gave me a tip-off of a midnight trade between the rebels and the Croque Monsieur on the Rue de Mamsitz. I intended to watch from the shadows, but I know that such a mission is a dangerous one. Wish me luck. If this is the last correspondence you'll ever hear from me, then I suppose I should end on a positive note. Falcon, you are a good friend and an excellent lawyer. I'm sorry for belittling you all these years. Regards, Severin Cocorico. Is this for real? There's no way. This letter has to be some sort of setup. It's Severin's handwriting. What do you think he is? I don't know. Why would he go alone? I don't know. But we have to go help him, right? I mean, if that trade was at midnight last night, and it's 10 o'clock now, he might still be okay. Maybe. I don't know. Come on, Falcon, pull yourself together. We've got to act fast while there's still time on the clock. Sparrowson, I have a bad feeling in my gut. Well, yeah, me too. This letter is terrifying stuff. No, you don't understand. I know that if Severin isn't already dead now, he will be very soon, and there's nothing we can do about it. What are you talking about? You don't know that? I do. I am certain. We've messed up. We've missed something. We've overlooked something vital, and now Severin's fate is sealed. You're spouting defeatist nonsense. Come on, Falcon. Let's go to the Rue de Montpessets. We might find a clue. Oh boy. We murdered him. Come on, Sparrowson, keep up. No time for wheezing. If Cocorico was last seen around here, then there has to be a clue nearby. Right. Oh boy. Well, that's probably blood. Yep, there's a pool of blood here. It looks fresh. Cocorico's? I see drag marks headed towards the tunnel, which leads straight to the Seine. If I had to guess, someone was killed here last night, and their body was hastily disposed of in the river. But I see several sets of bloodied footprints, too. Some are faint, but they head that way towards the main road. So he could still be alive? Let's see where the footprints go. Oh boy. Here, the footsteps lead right into Notre Dame? It seems that way. Unbelievable. Where's a friar when you need one? Forget the friar. Let's keep following the blood trail and see where it ends up. Wait a minute, Falcon. Shouldn't we get the police involved before we go any further? Ooh, man. You remember what Severin wrote in his letter? The inspector was the one who gave him the tip-off. Huh? What are you saying? That you think the police are in on this? At this point, anything's possible. We have to stay focused on the trail. Hey, wait up. That way leads straight down to...
Man, I am famished. When is that mouthy parrot going to relieve me of duty so I can grab a snack?
The trail keeps going... Hey, isn't that the concierge jailkeeper? Quack?
It's Quark, you dummies.
I had no idea that you were a religious man, monsieur.
I'm not. Had our career change. Private security pays much better than regular old jail keeping, you know?
Monsieur, we don't have much time, so I'll keep it brief. We're following a trail that leads to the door behind you. We need you to let us pass.
The door behind me? Ah, you idiots. That door leads straight to the catacombs. You don't want to go there.
Catacombs?
And besides, just because I know how to get in doesn't mean I'm just going to let you pass. I've got a job to do. I have integrity. I've promised to act as a guard. And that's what I'm going to do. Or that's what I'm doing.
You want a bribe, don't you?
Bingo, what you got?
Ooh. Must be tiring to stand there all day, all night. I bet you would love something to eat.
Now that you mention it, what you got?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Here you go, monsieur.
Oh yeah, that's the jackpot right there. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
So what do you say, monsieur? Can we go in?
Oh yeah, no problem. That's the door behind me. I ain't stopping you.
Yay. That's the door to the catacombs? It's that simple?
Yeah, it's that simple. What? Were you expecting the hidden bookcase or something? Go on, go look.
Okay. It's not that simple.
Heh, what idiots. They're walking straight into a pitch-black maze without even a torch. I wonder, will they get lost and starve, or will they find a crazy lion girl and get shot? Either way, it's my problem.
Oh boy, we gonna die. Upon entering the doorway, Falcon and Sparrowson find themselves at the top of a stone staircase that spirals into the abyss below. Here goes nothing. They begin the descent. I knew an underground passage would be dark, but this is ridiculous. I can't even see my hand in front of my face. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other, Sparrowson. Ah, I think that was the last step. Now just twisted tunnels ahead of us. I should take up smoking. If I smoked, I would have a match right now. And we would be able to see where we're going. Plus, you know, all the health benefits. And I would probably be calmer. Keep it together, Sparrowson. I know. I'll unravel this loose thread from my jacket. We can just trace the string to find our way back, if we reach a dead end. Ah, good thinking. Just like Theseus and the Minotaur. Wait, there aren't any Minotaurs in here, are there? Head of a bull, body of a bull, scary stuff. Ah, that's great. That's not actually. Never mind. Feels like there's a gap in the wall here. I guess the path branches. I can feel a slight breeze coming from the passage to the left. The air seems a little more stagnant to the right. Ooh, man. Breezy path. There's a chance that the breeze could be caused by an opening. Let's head that way. The walls feel weird and bumpy. What kind of stone is this? I hate to break it to you, Sparrowson, but that's not stone. Wait. So what is it? Well, we're in a crypt. Oh. Oh dear. I thought we'd be dealing with 1 or 2 coffins. Not walls of skeletons. Keep it together, Sparrowson. Severin's life is on the line. You're right. I have to stay focused. Oh, it looks like the path branches again. Are my eyes going funky from the darkness, or is there a glimmer of light coming from the right path? No, I see it too. There's definitely some light on that side. Oh boy. We gonna die. It's definitely getting lighter. I can see my hands again. But that might just mean we're getting closer to an exit, right? Maybe this has all been a wild goose chase. Hush. Listen. Voices? Voices. We're getting close. Wait, Falcon. Aren't you scared? Terrified. There they are. Okay.
I'll ask you one more time. What's your name? Are you with the police? The rear guards? Speak, bird. Mam Vermont. We've been here all night, and he simply ain't talking. He didn't react to coaxing. He didn't react to torture. Maybe it's time to, administer some justice.
Justice. Heh. That word.
Oh, the rooster the rooster finally crows.
You want to know who I am? Fine. My name is Severin Cocorico. I am a public prosecutor for the Cour d'Assises here.
Well, Savvy, it's been a pleasure.
Damn it.
Well, Savvy, it's been a pleasure. But we ain't having spies running around our base of operations now, can we? So, without further ado, I hereby sentence you to... Wait a minute, Bureau. This is no ordinary spy. Because he's a prosecutor? No, because he's the bastard who condemned my father 10 years ago.
Uh-oh.
Well, are you sure? Are you sure?
My voices are all blending together.
I had my suspicions when I saw his smug air of arrogance, his holier-than-thou glare. But now I know his name and occupation, there is no doubt. Do you remember, Bird? Do you remember the trial of a homeless lion in the winter of 1835?
What was your father's name?
Jean Bermort.
What were his crimes?
His only crime was to feed a starving child. He took a handful of vegetables from a grocer's stand, not out of greed, but out of sheer desire to see me survive. But he was seen by a policeman, another arrogant cockerel like yourself, actually. So my father was thrown in jail. He was dragged to court. I had the privilege of watching the proceedings from the stands. I remember your sharp words.
This man is a thief. This man is a scoundrel. He deserves the harshest possible punishment for his crimes.
You didn't care about the consequences. You didn't care about why my father did what he did. All you cared about was fulfilling your lust to see a criminal behind bars. My father received a sentence of 5 years. He died on his 3rd. Do you remember him?
Uh-oh. He said the wrong thing. Mademoiselle, in all my days as a prosecutor, I have seen over thousands of cases. I'm not going to remember a single bread thief.
You rotten coward. We are all just insects to you, aren't we? Who cares if a child starves on the streets, as long as you put enough criminals behind bars to meet your quota, am I right? Your silence speaks volumes of your guilt. Severin Cocorico, you have been tried by the people of the Second Republic. We have found you guilty of the counts of conspiracy, of the murder of Croque Monsieur, and the murder of my father, Jean Belmort.
Oh, I have been found guilty? Mademoiselle, if you want to shoot me so you can fulfill your revenge fantasies, then by all means, shoot me. But don't pretend for a moment that this mob resembles a court of justice in any form.
A court of justice? Now there's a contradiction. Baird, you know nothing of justice. Fair Remus, read this man his last rites.
With pleasure, madame. Falcon, we have to make a move. Say something. Oh boy. Okay.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, I'm going in. I'm coming too. No. I need you to get out of here. Go find the police, Royal Guard, anyone. I'll stall for time. Falcon? Okay, I'll go get help. Oh boy.
Do you have any last words?
Just pull the bloody trigger and be done with it.
Wait!
Wait. He's right. This is a terrible trial. There's no evidence, no defense, no examination of the facts. You've dragged a man off the streets and decided his fate based purely on your own prejudices and whims.
Oh, the clock is this bird Brian think he is?
I am this man's defense attorney. I am J.J. Falcon. J.J., what are you doing?
Defense attorney? God, defense attorney? God.
That's a completely new one. Hold up.
Defense attorney? You're a raving loony is what you are.
Or a spy. I've seen this monsieur eavesdropping in our conversations before. He cannot be trusted. You gave me the book. Yeah, whatever. Everyone, please, hear me out. Monsieur Fontaine, we've only met on a couple of occasions, but you seem like an intelligent and reasonable person. Why, thank you. I do consider myself to be reasonable. Then surely you can see something wrong with dragging someone off the streets and executing them without a trial. Well, I want to see a better France, monsieur. A France with actual liberty for all. I don't enjoy violence, but I have no qualms with a traitor or two, darling, to achieve that noble goal. Means to an end, you know.
You see, Falcon? This man's death is inevitable. For the good of France, and in the name of justice, he must be killed.
Justice. There's that word again. Madame, I won't presume to know who you are or what you stand for, but shooting this man right now would not bring you justice. It would only serve to satisfy your desire for revenge.
Justice or revenge? What's the difference?
Fairness, madame. Justice offers the accused a chance to defend themselves. It ensures that both sides are treated as equals.
My father was not treated as an equal?
Then maybe this is your opportunity to be the better person.
Madame, surely you aren't entertaining the words of this heathen?
Fine, Falcon.
Fine, Falcon. We'll play this your way. We shall have a formal trial for the murder of Croque Monsieur.
Excellent. Shall we head back to my office and file the necessary papers?
Don't take me for a fool. You'll walk us right into a trap. We shall have the trial right here and now.
Right here? In the catacombs?
It's as good a place as any. I suppose we'll be needing a judge. I volunteer. No thanks, Piero. We're trying to form a courtroom, not a circus. Oh. Just go see how the security is doing, Piero. We don't want any more spies wandering in. Right-yo?
Perhaps I can help, madame.
You know that I am a pious man after all. Okay, Ramus.
I'm messing up my voices again.
Okay, Ramus. You can be our judge, and I will lead the prosecution.
What about the jury? With due respect, I don't trust your peers to be impartial.
Look around you as we speak. We are being watched and judged by countless dead men and women. They shall be our jury.
That may work as a metaphor, but in practical terms...
In practical terms, it is me you have to convince, Falcon. Convince me that this bird is not guilty. After all, I am the one who holds the gun.
Well?
Well, it looks like we are ready to get started. The trial of Severin Cocorico is underway. He stands accused of the murder of the man known as the Croque Monsieur in cold blood. Madame Beaumont, please explain the details of what happened. Very well. Last night at the stroke of midnight, 2 gunshots were heard on the Rue de Marmousets. Pierre alerted us, and we managed to arrive before the police did. On the scene, I saw the man known as the Croque Monsieur, a good friend of ours, lying in a pool of his own blood. Standing over the body, I saw the murderer, Severin Cocorico, still clutching his murder weapon.
Am I to understand that you did not witness the crime firsthand, madame? That you only saw the aftermath?
Yes, but one of us did happen to see the incident itself.
Ma'am Beaumont.
Ma'am Beaumont. Ma'am Beaumont. I finally see a pigeon running around the tunnels.
I'm no pigeon, monsieur.
He's a spy in any case. What say I execute him right now?
It's all right. It's all right. He's with me.
With you?
He's my assistant. He carries my bags and stuff. Falcon, I trust that you
do not have any other assistants lurking around the corner.
No, madame.
Then take your lackey out of my sight.
Psst, Falcon. What is it? I saw someone lurking in the catacombs. I think he was watching us from the shadows. Another rebel? I don't know. But he got spooked when he saw me. He dropped this. What's this? Political pamphlet? Cult pamphlet has been added to your evidence folder.
Well, I best be getting back to patrols then. Not so fast, Bureau. You witnessed the crime firsthand, did you not? I did, ma'am. Then you can be our first witness. Go stand in the center. Okie dokie. Do I need to say no for something? That won't be necessary. We trust you.
Pardon.
Just tell us what you saw last night. Blah, blah, blah. Okie dokie. I saw it plain as day. The Croque Monsieur was just minding his own business on Rue de Marmousets, when all of a sudden, this here brood of a rooster appeared with his gun in hand. Bam! The rooster fired. The crook slumped to the floor. Using the last of his strength, the Croque Monsieur drew his own gun. Bam! The crook fired back. So, to clarify, Cocorico shot first. Yes, ma'am. No question there.
Han shot first.
What happened next? Well, I know you guys, Fontaine, Ramus, and you, ma'am, were only a stone's throw away at the cathedral, so I ran to get your help. Well, I arrived back on the scene, maybe a minute after I had left. And there I saw the dead croque monsieur and the murder of Severin Cocorico with my own eyes. Thank you for your report, Pierrot. It's nothing, man. You see, Falcon, Pierrot is not the sharpest knife in the kitchen. True that. But he is honest to a fault. I would trust his word with my own life.
I don't doubt the man's honesty, madame. Nonetheless, I would like to cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examine? What does that mean?
I don't claim to be an expert of the law. That was always my brother's role in the family.
But I think a cross-examination means that Falcon would like to waste our time by asking pointless questions.
Actually, it means that I would like to make sure that Pierre's story holds up under scrutiny. Yes, I will be asking questions, but only questions that directly relate to the case at hand.
Clearly a pointless stalling tactic, madame. Shall we put an end to the trial? No. We will let the bird have his little cross-examination. But I am warning you, Falcon, don't mess with me.
Don't mess with you?
If I get the slightest inkling that you are rambling to stall for time, I will end this trial on the spot. Do I make myself clear? Start questioning Cocorico's shoe size or the color of the croque monsieur's underwear, and I'll lose my patience.
Yeah, I get it. Oh boy. Select a statement to question. Now, Pierrot, you say that this incident took place on the Rue des Marmosettes. What were you doing there?
Just passing through.
Okay. But where were you headed? For example, did you have business at the concierge? Or would you heading home from the cathedral?
To be honest, monsieur, I don't think that's none of your business.
It most certainly is my business. Your reason for being there could be a key factor in this case.
Pierrot was running an errand for me.
What kind of errand?
A work errand.
What kind of work errand could be done at midnight? The illicit kind, I'm guessing.
I think you two are overstepping your bounds. Like Pierrot said, this matter is none of your business. No more stupid probing questions, Falcon. Stick to the case at hand, or I end this trial. Understood? Do you have another question about the Rue des Marmosettes?
I don't doubt that you were there, but where exactly were you standing?
Well, let's see. I came from across the river, and then I turned on to the Rue Saint Landry. Oh, so yeah, I was standing about where the Rue des Marmosettes meets Rue Saint Landry, the crossroads.
That's a pretty ordinary street, from what I remember. It's around a minute's walk from the Notre Dame Cathedral, if I recall correctly. No. Has something else, blah, blah, blah. Pierrot, you say that Monsieur Cocorico fired first.
Yep. The bird's expression was stone cold.
Did it look like Severin Cocorico was feeling threatened prior to the shooting?
Threatened? Ow.
Well, did the croque monsieur have his gun drawn?
I don't think so. The croque drew his gun, but that was only after getting shot. I see what you're trying to argue, Falcon. You think this may have been a self-defense killing. It is a fruitless line of reasoning. The cockerel approached the crocodile. He is the one responsible for the encounter.
Still. Hey, Falcon, these guys were buddies with the croque monsieur, so you won't be able to convince them that his murder was justified. You'll have to focus on the facts of the case. Find an inconsistency and prove them wrong. You're right. Let's try a different strategy. No. You say the croque monsieur drew his gun and fired back with the last of his strength.
Yup. Bam. Yup. Bam.
Did the bullets hit Cocorico?
No, he was uninjured at the time of capture.
Well, he looks pretty injured right now.
He took quite a beating. What of it?
Nothing. I'm just trying to get the facts straight. Oh boy. You claim that you saw the incident plain as day.
Yep, plain as day.
Piero, I would like to remind you that the crime occurred around midnight in February on an overcast moonless night in an unlit alley.
What's your point?
It would have been too dark to see. It would have been dark, so dark that you could not possibly have correctly identified the people involved.
Hey, I swear I saw what I saw. Hold on, Falcon. You slipped up. You say the alley was unlit, but I distinctly recall there being lanterns over Rue de Marmousets. Oh, that's right. That's right. We live in La Ville Lumière. There's a gas lamp on every street.
You're right, Madame Montmartre. There are street lanterns over Rue de Marmousets. But they wouldn't have been any good. Oh, yes. I knew it. Street lamps over Rue de Marmousset were broken. They are completely non-functional. As proof, I present the glass shards that line the alleyway. These shards originate from the panes of the broken lamps. And I've still got the holes in the sole of my shoe. Double proof.
Those glass shards could have come from anywhere.
You could send one of your underlings to see the broken lamps for themselves, if you want.
And waste more time? I think not. It sounds like a stalling tactic.
Excuse me, Madame Beaumont. I don't remember whether the street lamps were or were not broken, but I do remember that we had used a torch to light up the scene.
Yeah. Whose side are you on?
I'm just saying, Falcon might be right. It was particularly dark, so it's possible that there weren't any lit street lamps.
Are you saying I'm a liar? I thought we were buddies. Stop squibbling, both of you. Maybe the lamps were broken. Maybe they weren't. It doesn't matter. I know that Piero's testimony is accurate because I personally saw the rooster at the crime scene 1 minute after Piero did.
1 minute. That's plenty of time for the real murderer to escape and for a passerby to stumble upon the scene, is it not? You must acknowledge that it is a possibility.
Acknowledge nothing.
There's an inkling of doubt. You know that there is a slight notion that Piero may be misremembering what he saw.
Don't badger the prosecution, Monsieur Falcon.
I wasn't badgering.
On to the next witness, Madame Beaumont. Do you have anyone in mind? I do.
Ah.
I do.
Ah.
There's someone among us who is something of a gun connoisseur, a man who knows everything there is to know about the craft of weaponry. Oh, that's me again. Shut up, Piero. Get off the stand. Yes, ma'am? I call Fontaine forward.
Very well.
Now, Fontaine, is it true that you're a gun specialist?
Well, I hate to brag, but yes, I know about guns, their mechanics, their beauty. Have you heard about the revolver mechanisms America's developing? Wonderful stuff.
Fontaine, let's stick to the guns that were found at the crime scene. Tell us about those.
Oh, right. Very well. This is the gun found on Severin Corcorico's person at the time of arrest. It is a standard issue percussion lock Chatellot Gallo pistol. 24 centimeter length, 15 millimeter caliber. Lots of police and soldiers carry these dull things. It's a gun that says, I'm a reliable man of the law. That sounds like our Cocorico. Does it? Cocorico's always told me that the riding crop was his self-defense weapon of choice. It's strange that he had a gun in the first place. Blah, 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 evidence folder. And this is the gun found on Croque Monsieur's corpse, clutched tightly in his hands. It's a turnover pistol, double-barreled, ivory handle, 20 centimeter length, 13mm caliber. This is an exquisite and highly customized gun. It's one of a kind. Whoever used this weapon knew their stuff.
The crook monsieur was a legendary arms dealer. It's no surprise that his personal weapon would be something so flamboyant.
Evidence folder. But what's really fascinating about Croque Monsieur's gun is the ammunition. See, the bore of the pistol has been fitted with a set of grooves.
Please stop, Fontaine. I didn't call you up to hear you show off your gun knowledge. Tell us what you uncovered when you examined the Croque Monsieur's bullet wound.
Ah, that's right. Well, a lead bullet was embedded in the middle of Croque Monsieur's sternum and appeared to have a straight angle of entry.
So in other words, the Croque Monsieur was facing his killer when he was shot.
That's right. The other interesting point was that the Croque Monsieur's outer clothes were singed. This typically only occurs if a person is close enough to a gunshot to be directly burned by the gun's muzzle flash.
And how close does a person have to be burned by the muzzle flash?
Less than 3 meters, I would say. 5 at the most.
Then there is no chance that there was a rogue sniper on the rooftops. The Croque Monsieur's killer was standing in the Rue de Marmoset themselves. As is plainly evident, only one person was found in the Rue de Marmoset at the time of the incident. Prosecutor Cocorico. Well said, madame. I think this is unequivocally proved the Baird's guilt.
Not so fast. I would like to cross-examine the witness.
I don't think so. You're overstepping your bounds, Baird.
Let the lawyer try,
Remus. When he fails, there will be absolutely no doubt to anyone in that room that Cocorico is nothing but a bloodthirsty murderer.
Cross-examination. Oh boy. Fontaine, I have a question regarding Cocorico's general pistol. Is there any way to tell whether a gun has been recently fired? That's an excellent question. Yes, there are a couple of ways. For around a minute after firing, a pistol's barrel is going to be hot to the touch. That's a dead giveaway. But you can also check for gunpowder residue in the barrel and chamber. That would indicate that a gun has been fired since being cleaned. So, by your own analysis, would you say that Cocorico's weapon was fired last night? It's difficult to say. None of us thought to check the pistol's barrel temperature at the time of the incident, so we can't use that method. If I check gunpowder residue now, I see a little in the barrel. That could indicate a recently fired weapon, but it could also indicate a lack of proper maintenance. So basically, you don't know whether this weapon was or wasn't fired last night. Now, monsieur, if we cannot be certain whether Cocorico even fired his gun, then this whole trial ought to be thrown out.
Nice try, Falcon, but Cocorico is still our prime suspect. He was standing over the Croque Monsieur's body with the weapon in his hands. If that gun is not a murder weapon, then what is?
This isn't working. Try another approach, Falcon. No. Fontaine, about the Croque Monsieur's turnover pistol. You were about to say something about the gun's ammunition before Madame Beaumont cut you off. Could you give us the details?
Oh, great. Now he'll never stop talking.
I'm glad you asked, Falcon. You see, as you probably know, most bullets are just small, round lead balls, right? But that's not the case here. This particular weapon uses an advanced, iron-tipped, aerodynamic, carefully grooved... Actually, it'd be quicker if I just show you. Take a good look. This is an iron-tipped mini bowl. It's very rare, top-of-the-line technology. For last night, I had never seen one of these in person before.
Like I said, the Croque Monsieur was a legendary arms dealer. It only makes sense that he would have access to this latest weaponry.
Where did you find this bullet, Fontaine?
In the turnover pistol's chamber.
Interesting. Hold on, I'm confused. I thought the Croque Monsieur fired his gun, so how is it possible that his gun was still loaded with a bullet?
A turnover pistol is double-barreled.
This means that it can hold 2 bullets at once, ready to be fired in quick succession. Ah, I see. The Croque Monsieur fired 1 bullet, but died before he fired the second.
I trust that you have no more questions about this matter, Falcon. We've wasted enough time already.
Not yet. Where's the other bullet?
What other bullet?
The fired mini-ball. There were 2 shots that night, remember? One from the assailant and one from the crocodile. I scoured the scene for a couple minutes, but I couldn't find it. It's a pity. Would have been great to have 2 of these magnificent bullets. Madame Beaumont, did anyone find the mini-ball in Cocorico's body?
In his body? You're asking if Cocorico was wounded by the bullet? No, that much is plain to see.
So again, I must ask, where is the fired mini-ball?
I do not have any clue. What are you trying to get at, Falcon?
Isn't it obvious? If the bullet wasn't embedded in the alleyway wall, and it wasn't embedded in Cocorico, then that means... the bullet hit the murderer, the real murderer. It must still be embedded in whoever attacked the Croque Monsieur.
A ludicrous notion.
It makes perfect sense. The double-barreled turnover gun, the missing bullet.
Fine, I'll humor you. Let's say a bullet did indeed hit the real perpetrator. What of it?
Well, it's only been a few hours since the shooting. Presumably, the person would still have the bullet lodged in them. Find the person with the unique iron mini-ball embedded in them, and you find the real murderer.
That's reasonable, but we don't have time nor resources to search every citizen of Paris to uncover an injured gunman.
We don't have to search everyone in Paris. I believe the murderer to be someone in this very room.
Oh, you think we have a traitor in our ranks?
I do. This was obviously a planned attack. Someone invited Cocorico and the Croque Monsieur to the same place at the same time in order to create a setup. Only someone with a rebel's connections could engineer such an event.
This is ridiculous. Are you really saying that someone in this room was shot last night? That's clearly untrue.
A bullet wound can be concealed, perhaps if you were all to take off your shirts.
No, I'm not having everyone in the room stripped down to their knickers just to cater to your outrageous theory. If you can't think of a more reasonable way to prove your 3-bullet theory, then we end this damn trial here and now.
A more reasonable way? I have a more reasonable way. What are you thinking, Falcon? Isn't it obvious? We have the perfect way to uncover whether someone has been shot. It's a genius solution. Ta-da! Are you serious, Falcon? You're relying on the invention of a lunatic? I've never been more serious.
Madame Beaumont, Frere Remus, and members of the court.
This device is called an Explorer Extractor. It is the latest medical technology.
It looks like a children's toy.
I assure you this is no toy. It was designed to find and extract metal embedded in bodies. A battlefield bullet finder and remover, if you will.
I'm intrigued. So you're saying that you just swing that device around and it finds a bullet in a person?
Yes, sort of. I don't know. We haven't had a chance to practice with it, really.
Madame, these birds are playing you for a fool. There's no way such a device exists.
We have seen this device work with our own eyes. Sparrowson shall demonstrate.
Me?
Although he will need something to demonstrate it on. Here we have an iron-tipped mini-ball, as presented by Fontaine moments ago. Observe, I place the bullet in my closed fist. It now represents the fired bullet that is currently embedded in the murderer's body.
Allegedly.
Now, Sparrowson will demonstrate what happens when my hand is scanned with the Explorer Extractor device. So I just do this and...
It's humming and buzzing. Is it really detecting that bullet?
Absolutely.
What an intriguing
device. Hey, what would happen if I hit the extract right now? Please don't. You remember what happened to that steak, right? My. What is this feeling? It feels like power. Don't let it get to your head.
Okay, I'm convinced. Falcon, Sparrowson, you may perform a cursory scan of each of us with that device of yours. You must stop humoring these morons, madame. What good is this doing us? Remus, they may be morons, but this test will grant us certainty of the rooster's fate. I can afford that in my time.
Hey, Falcon, what will happen if the murderer is someone not present in this room?
It most likely isn't.
What? I'm stalling. Falcon.
Get a move on, you two. I must express my displeasure that you are going along with this farce, Madame Beaumont. Let us end this trial right here and now. You can get the justice you so crave. Don't worry, Remus. My patience for this bird brain is wearing too thin. When this asinine scheme of his fails, he will face the consequences. Lucky bird, scan the rooster first. He is the prime suspect after all.
Okay. I'm not getting any reaction. That means there's probably no bullet lodged in Cocorico. So, he's innocent for sure.
No, all it means is that the bird was not shot by the hypothetical bullet. Don't forget, this is speculation on Falcon's part. Madame, I must insist that you in this. It is a fool's errand. We have other matters to attend to. Remus, will you let me worry about our time management? Pierrot, you go next. All right. I'll get it over with.
No reaction. That means that Pierrot wasn't shot either.
No surprises there, right, guys? Let's see. Next, we shall test. Madame, I implore you. You're being awfully lippy, Remus. Why don't you go next? Me? That is really not necessary, madame. I don't want to participate in this ridiculous child's game. This is no game, and I'm issuing you an order to cooperate. I refuse.
Because he don't want to get shot.
Pierrot, please restrain Remus. With pleasure, ma'am. What are you doing? Keep your filthy talons off me. I will not be manhandled by... Ow, stop that. You're making a mistake, madame. Think a little harder. I have an alibi. I was with you the whole evening. Sparrowson, do the test.
Falcon? I'm not getting any reaction. That can't be right. Do it again. There's nothing. Frere Remus has not been shot, as far as this device can tell.
The utter nerve to manhandle a man of the cloth like that. As I said on the floor, madame, I was with you in Fontaine the entire evening. I could not possibly be in two places at once.
Oh, shit.
It's true. You are sitting in my line of sight exactly when the murder was supposed to have taken place.
As was I.
All right. Fontaine was sitting with us too, so that rules him out. And I know that I didn't perform the murder, so obviously, which means that every suspect has been accounted for. Go sit down, Lucky. Your job is done. You realize what this means, don't you, Falcon? Your little test failed. Your hypothetical bullet theory turned out to be unsubstantiated speculation, pure guesswork. Shall we end the trial, madame?
Wait, there must be someone we're not accounting for. I just know it. There's someone else who could have been the shooter. Where you at, motherfucker? There he is. Father Remus, how is your brother, the man named Romulus?
My brother, he was forced to flee the country by our oppressive government.
You and I know that isn't true. Your brother is still in France. In fact, I think he's lurking in these very catacombs right now.
An absurd notion. Your theories are getting more and more outlandish, Falcon. Where is your evidence?
Oh, I know. I can answer this one. I found this in the catacomb tunnel.
An introductory guide to the cult of reason?
Thank you, Sparrowson. Now, for Remus, does this pamphlet look familiar to you?
No, I've never seen it before in my life.
Are you sure? Are you sure it doesn't belong to your brother, Romulus?
No, there are many cultists in Paris. Maybe it belongs to one of them. Falcon, I'll take your word that your lackey found this pamphlet in the catacombs. But Remus is right. You have no evidence that this man known as Romulus is the one who dropped it. This pamphlet could have been dropped by anyone. It could have even been dragged in on the sole of Pierre's shoe for all I know. Wouldn't be the first time.
At that moment, a chill ran down Falcon's spine. There was the dreaded reality. He had no evidence that the manifesto belonged to Romulus. It was just empty conjecture. Madame, please, take my word. The person called Romulus lurks in these very tunnels.
You have no proof.
But you have my assurance.
He is floundering, madame. Agreed. I've heard enough of these rambling theories. Falcon, your respect for your comrade is admirable, and you displayed great valiance in leaping headfirst into the lion's den. But you have failed to convince me of this bird's innocence.
Madame Beaumont, I implore you.
Not another word. We humored you, we set up a court, and went through the motions of a trial. Now the rooster's guilt has been formally proven.
We have some more evidence.
Enough. The trial is over. Severin Cocorico, you have been formally tried by the people of the Second Republic. We found you guilty on the counts of conspiracy and the murder of the croque monsieur, and the murder of my father, Jean Beaumont.
Madame, please. JJ, it's all right. I've made my peace. This is far from all right. Dying in the name of a new republic at the hands of rebels. There are worse ways to go. It was good enough for Robespierre, right? Severin. Ooh, he dead. Ooh, he real dead. Wait. Yeah, he dead. He real dead.
Tend to the body, Pierrot. All right, ma'am.
Fuck. Do you plan to kill us too?
Why would I do that? You two have done nothing wrong. I see no reason for you to be tried, let alone executed. Your mercy is admirable, madame. But I fear if we let these two go, they will tell the police everything. It would compromise us.
No. We promised to keep our beaks shut, right, Falcon?
Ah, but we cannot trust the word of potential traitors. Madame, for the good of France, we must execute these birds right now.
Some man of God you are.
I hate to admit it, but you have a point, Remus. This is an unpleasant situation. What to do? Okay, I know, I'm going to give you a choice. You have two options. The first is that I shoot you right here now. That's not something either of us particularly want, but if it must be done...
What's option number 2?
You join us. We need lawyers to help bring the new republic into fruition. Your skills would be very much appreciated.
Our skills?
Somebody has to draft new laws. Somebody has to file the paperwork to secure the new republic's internationality. Internationally recognized legal status. Somebody has to prosecute the officials who corrupted this country. Wouldn't that be a glorious job?
You mean prosecute the Prime Minister? Or the King?
We can discuss this specifics later. For now, I need to hear a decision. What will it be?
Crap. I like not dying. That's probably a good idea. Fine. We'll work with you.
Good. Then a verbal contract has been made.
So, what happens now?
Baron Fontaine will lead you to Le Carnarcior. I'll finish up here and meet you in 2 hours. Needless to say, they shall be keeping a close watch on you. Don't even think about running.
Of course.
Then we're done here. Fontaine, lead the way.
Yes, madame. Go along, you two.
You can't seriously be trusting these filthy lawyers, madame. They're probably plotting revenge for their dead friend at this very moment. I do trust them. Throughout the trial, I got the impression that Falcon was trying to de-escalate the situation, avoid violence. Such a viewpoint is naive, but it is exactly what we need in this revolution. But they will betray you. If they are stupid enough to even raise one feather against me, they will regret it.
Well, shit. We're going to continue, because I want to see what happens.
You can come out now, brother.
I fucking knew it. That's a different guy. That's a different guy. What the fuck?
How did it go? Better than we ever hoped for. The rooster is dead and the madame has tasted her first blood. Heh, amazing. Completely worth getting shot for.
Oh my god.
A meddlesome Falcon tried to disrupt the execution. Falcon? Really? That tenuous wretch. Don't worry. He floundered and bummed around hopelessly. The madame thinks that he's of some use, but really, he's as good as dead. This is marvelous. Every piece is falling into place. Our dream will become a reality in no time at all. To reason, brother. To reason.
Ah. I got Act 4. C. There are branching endings, I found out. I hope you don't harbour too much hate for the madame. I know the rooster was your friend, but the madame does what she does for the good of France.
Boy, oh boy, this is awkward.
It is a bit. Perhaps a round of drinks are in order. After all, this is a tavern. What do you say? What do you two say? I mean no disrespect, Fontaine, but I'm not thirsty. Me neither. I get it. You're a little bit shaken up by what you saw. Can we at least get you some wine? Just a small glass to calm your nerves? Fine, whatever. Very good. Piero, fetch our guests some drinks. It's your round.
My round? No way, it's your turn.
Tens don't matter. You still owe me for that omelette I generously paid for last Friday.
Yeah, well, you owe me for that coffee on Tuesday.
Okay, so that's 30 cents of coffee, deducted from a 60-cent omelette, plus the 25-cent peanuts you swiped from my pantry.
Hold up. I ain't so good at minimal arithmetic.
Listen, Sparrowson, you need to go. Go? Yes. I'll create a distraction. You head straight for the back door. Is that such a good idea? If we both stick around, we could both end up dead as soon as we rub that lioness the wrong way. If we both run, these two will probably shoot us in the backs. So the way I see it, one of us running is the most viable option. Falcon, don't argue. Once you're out, find Valerti and tell him what you've seen. Okay. So it's agreed. You get this round and I'll owe you 2 cents.
Yep. I'll hold you to him 2 cents. Be right back. Don't you two move or nothing.
He'll hold me to the 2 cents. That Piero is such a miser. Anyway, I don't feel like sitting in silence. Let's talk to pass the time. Fontaine, I have a gun question. A gun question? Do go on. What's better, flintlock or percussion cap ignition systems? What a delightful technical question. But I'm afraid there's no dispute here. Percussion caps are the future, hands down. You see, flintlocks are unreliable. A little light drizzle, and the ignition system no longer functions. The gun becomes worthless. But a percussion cap will always work, as long as it's built correctly and as long as the gun has enough gunpowder. I suppose there is the matter of material cost. But how much does a brass cap cost compared to flint and steel? It's a little pricier, I think.
Alright, I bought drinks. One for me, one for you, and one for... Hey, where's the little one?
The little one is right. Oh, Mary, I lost him.
You lost him? How'd you lose him? I was gone for 2 minutes.
I think I dropped the ball in this one.
I will say, the madam's gonna string us up for sure. Actually, we should make up a cover story. We can't let her find out about this. You can't let me find out about what?
Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here weren't paying attention and let Sparrowson walk casually away. Madame.
We can explain. I swear, I give you 2 buzzers one damn job. It doesn't matter. The little bird was dispensable for our plans. But Falcon isn't. What's important is that he's still here.
Madame, if Sparrowson runs to the police, then both this location and the sleeping city are compromised. We should keep this meeting brief.
Agreed. Falcon, let me quickly fill you in. As you probably know, we are planning to form a protest. An enormous protest on the 14th of this month.
That's Valentine's Day.
We intend to draw a massive crowd at the Place de Concorde, and then we shall march across Tuileries Garden.
A march across Tuileries. You intend to storm the Louvre?
No, the Palais Royal. That's where the King and Prime Minister will be residing. I'd like it to go peacefully, but...
Peaceful uprisings have a habit of turning violent, don't they?
Exactly. And we can't let the leaders of this country escape amidst the chaos. They must be tried for their crimes against the French people. On that note, I want you to lead the prosecution.
You want me to prosecute the King of France?
The King, the Prime Minister, they are both responsible for the rampant inequality that plagues this country. On the day of the revolution, we will drag both of those overpaid bourgeois onto the streets, and you shall prosecute them then and there.
I think I understand. Prosecuting the pair for crimes against humanity, I suppose. It could certainly be done. If I were to interview a lot of citizens, gather a lot of evidence, file some paperwork, I could probably prepare a case in around 2 months.
We don't have the luxury of time. Use your ingenuity on the day, just like you did in the catacombs.
You can't be serious.
There is no alternative. The wheels of the revolution are already turning, and the revolution will ignite in under a week. The question on my mind is, what do we do with you until then? You can leave him with us, ma'am. We'll keep a good eye on him. After seeing the atrocious job you did guarding the little bird, I think not. I'll just have to guard you myself, Falcon. You shall spend this week at my side while I complete our preparations.
At your side? All day and night?
Absolutely. I am not going to let you out of my sight for 1 minute.
That seems excessive. You can trust me, madame.
No, I can't. You've promised to help me, but I know that you don't actually believe in the cause of the Second Republic. If I give you 1 grain of freedom, you will undoubtedly flee. This meeting is over. Come along, Falcon.
Well... shit. You know what? I think we'll finish it next time. Because it seems like we've a lot to do. As a tease, though, let's do this. Because I'm sure this is them wolves talking. Oh, no, it's a person. Cool. And then, while we were sitting in the tavern, Falcon gave me the opportunity to escape. He created distractions, and I sneaked away and went straight to the police. And then you called a meeting, and well, here I am. So, yeah, that's the whole story.
I see. So Severin Kokoriko has died at the hands of the rebels.
That's right.
And Falcon revealed his true colors as a traitor.
Ah, traitor? No, that's not right, Inspector. Falcon's not a rebel. He's just playing along so he can save his own life.
Don't be so naive, Sparrowson. Put the puzzle pieces together. Valen willingly leapt into the lion's den for a specific purpose of siding with the rebels. He let you escape because he could see that you weren't truly sympathetic to the rebel cause.
That doesn't make sense at all. Falcon's never shown a rebellious streak.
Tell me, Sparrowson, what do you know about Falcon's past?
Not a lot. He's a private person.
Has he ever told you what he did during the July Revolution? Before he changed his name?
No, he hasn't told me any of that. Anything, really.
Sparrowson, let me tell you about the man they call the Viridian Killer.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Is he implying that I'm the Viridian Killer?
Dear God.
Anyway, we'll find out next time.
Thank you for watching the third part, which I thought would be final, but it's not. But we'll finish next time. So, adieu to you, YouTube.